now probably we can move to Divya, who will present the latest achievements of Enerware in the field of solar as an EPC, as well as pointing out some interesting fact about the first offshore floating solar project in Middle East and in UAE also. So I request Divya to take the presentations now. Yeah.
Thank you, Sivi. Hello to everybody. Thank you to EQ Magazine for giving me the opportunity to be on this panel. I feel truly privileged and honored. I will just start sharing my screen now. Just a second. Is it visible to everybody?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to start off by giving a very brief introduction about Enerware. So Enerware is one of the leading utility solar contractors here in the Middle East. We have distributed solar utility. We provide electricity and cooling as a service. We also cater to commercial industrial scale customers that are on the grid and those that are off the grid. The company was founded in 2012 in Dubai, but currently we have offices operating in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and Nigeria. And we are able to deploy solar solutions in a matter of days because of the structure that we have, the transportable structure that we have come up with. And we are also a DIVA certified solar contractor, and we have won multiple awards. I will not bore anybody with the names of the awards, but we have been awarded multiple times by MESIA. And one thing that I would like to definitely highlight would be us receiving the 20 most promising startups in the UAE by Forbes Middle East. So those are some of the achievements of Enerware. Now I will move on to the case study with Zaya Nurai Islands. That is where a floating solar project is located. That is not the only key feature of that specific project, because we have a lot of different kinds of solar structures there, and we also have a solar diesel hybrid. So now I'll get into the details of it so that everybody can see. So as I mentioned, the Zaya Nurai Island has a solar diesel hybrid solution. There are luxury villas and a luxury resort there on the Zaya Nurai Islands, and Enerware has been providing them with the power solution since 2016. Initially, Enerware was providing them with a diesel solution. We were monitoring their diesel generators, and we were able to optimize the amount of diesel that was being used using our proprietary software. But later on, since we have a PPA agreement with Zaya Nurai Islands, we decided to add some solar into the mix so that we can decrease the amount of diesel that is being used there on the site, as well as increase the amount of savings that we are able to offer to the client. So there are, like I mentioned, there are a lot of different kinds of solar that are installed there on Zaya Nurai Islands. We have floating solar. We have an east-west ground-mounted structure. We also have a tilted ground mount structure. We also have 1.5 axis trackers mounted there, and of course rooftop mounted structures. This mix of different kinds of structures is because of the fact that it is an island, and the amount of space that is available is very precious, especially to the client, because they have villas there and their own resort there, and they have many media centers, etc., where guests are supposed to be entertained. So there are that's the reason why we had to distribute it and come up with the very different kinds of solar structures. So you can see the number of kilowatt peak installed per different kind of structure as it's mentioned on the screen. And then of course there's the diesel generator capacity, because it is not a fully solar powered plant, but it also has a diesel generator system that backs it up just in case. A fun fact is that in the last 4 years, we have had only two trips for less than 5 minutes, and Anywhere has been able to ensure that a reliable power is being provided to the client. I would now like to also show you some uh, some videos from the Zayanrai Island. Sorry, just give me a second. I'll probably show that later on. There are some very interesting cool drone footage that we have shot from the Zayanrai Islands. Now I'll move on to the O&M activities that we perform on all our projects. So, as you everybody may be aware, O&M is a very big part of solar PV generation, and we have a lot of projects, upwards of 20 projects here in the Middle East, and to ensure that there is constant power generation and a reliable power generation, we have to perform cleaning activities, and we do that in a multitude of ways. We of course have skilled technicians that perform manual cleaning, whether it's wet or dry, depending on the kind of site that we have. And we also ensure that we use robotic cleaning wherever we can. It is of course dependent on the kind of structure that we have, the kind of layout that we have. So a lot of our projects have robots that are performing the cleaning function every day, which is one of the key points to be noted about Anywhere as an O&M provider. And we also use motorized brushes for the cleaning because that helps us increase the speed of the cleaning process. Apart from that, as you can see, the clear visible difference between the soiled and clean modules. And this is one of our key projects. This was the first solar rooftop project here in UAE that was completely robotically cleaned. This was installed way back in 2018, and we still have all of the units functional, and the robots perform cleaning twice a day, every day. And the reason to have robots is the fact that even if there is nobody on site, even if we are not able to send people, especially now because of the coronavirus situation, even when there was a lockdown imposed by the government, we were still able to maintain the performance of our plant by using robots, by cleaning it regularly. And there is a platform that we use for monitoring all the robots to see exactly how well they are cleaning, and where which robot is cleaning and what exactly it is doing. Soiling losses, as you know, can hamper the performance of the solar plant. And with these robots, we have noticed that the soiling losses have reduced from somewhere around the range of 5% to less than 1%, because it performs, like I mentioned before, a regular cleaning. So next is now, this is one of our largest projects. It is the My Dubai Water Factory rooftop. It is an 18.1 megawatt peak project that we have here in Dubai. This, as you can see, I don't know if you can see my mouse. Is it visible to me?
No, actually, your presentation is stuck in agenda page actually, so we are not seeing My Dubai.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Hmm?
Let me go back and see if it helps. Were you able to see the Master Baker project?
No. So I thought like you didn't have a presentation, you were just mentioning. So yeah.
No. I'm so sorry. I don't know how this happened.
Maybe it's on a different screen. Maybe you just selected, instead of fully showing your screen, you just selected one screen. Maybe probably.
Is it visible now?
Yeah. Now it's fine. Yeah.
Okay. I'm so sorry. I wish you told me before. So this was what I was talking about when I was telling you about the different kinds of cleaning that we perform. This is a motorized version. This is a power washer, but I will not delve into it in more detail now. This is on the left. You can see the soil modules. On the right, you can see the clean modules. This is the project that I was telling you about earlier about the fully robotically cleaned project that we have. It was the first solar project here in the UAE that was 100% automated with the cleaning robots. So this is a very key achievement in Enovare's O&M profile. And now I will move on to my Dubai. So this is an 18.1 megawatt peak project that we have. It is the largest solar on-grid connected plant that we have. We have it distributed over different rooftops, the largest being around 7 to 8 megawatt peak. 7 to 8 megawatt peak on the water reservoirs, the water reservoirs that we have, and we are attempting to clean it using robots just because of the size of the project. It only makes sense for us to not deploy hundreds of people over a month to just be able to keep up the performance of the solar plant. So I am just going to play a quick video here. So this video shows how we are able to maintain the performance of the plant, and we are able to clean the entire plant. And these rows are pretty long. It's about 100 to 150 meters, and each robot is able to clean each row twice in a day, and that helps us keep up the performance of the solar plant. Now, moving forward, there are a lot of other, of course, O&M activities that are performed in a solar plant. We do all sorts of thermographic inspection and then visual inspections, of course. And we also provide spare part management services, and we have a remote monitoring platform that we use to monitor all the different parameters of a solar plants, and we are able to then take up corrective and preventive actions based on the inputs that we get based on the data that we see on our monitoring platforms. And we also have corrective maintenance, which is we always try to have a quick response to any breakdowns or any replacement of spare parts that is needed. So that is that. And as I was mentioning before, this is a screen grab of the monitoring platform that we use. We can see different levels of production. We can even check up to a string level of production. Here you can see only up to inverters level, but we also have features of checking string level production. And then we have, of course, temperature and radiation and all of those details that we need on a day-to-day basis. So this is all for the O&M aspect of it. I will now attempt to share um, a video with you guys of the Zayanurai Island. Um, I hope it's visible now, Sibi.
No, it's just yeah. Now it's visible. Yes. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Display.
So this is a drone footage of the floating solar plant that we have at the Zayanurai Island. It's 80 kilowatt peak in total, and it's the first of a kind. We we had faced quite a few problems while installing this, but I think we are we have done quite a good job with this. And now I'll show you another video of all the other different kinds of installations we have at the Zayanurai Islands. So this is the rooftop of a villa. We have 32 such villas, and every villa has about 10 kilowatt peak. As you can see, there are different buildings with some solar rooftop installations as well. Those are the labor or staff accommodations there on the island. And there in the distance, you can also see the floating solar plant that we have. So that is about it. And we, of course, have the ground mounted solar as well, which is 320 kilowatt peak. It's pretty well distributed all across the island because space, as I mentioned, is very precious to our client. And wherever we get space, we try to install solar so that we reduce the amount of carbon emissions that we have as a result of diesel generators being used there. And of course, provide reliability to the plant. So that is about it from my end. I would just like to mention this YouTube channel that our company has called Energy Lab. We post videos here regularly about all our different projects, and we try to uh, share our information or knowledge with different people so that everybody benefits. And as Sibi mentioned earlier, we move towards the common goal of reducing carbon emissions and make a greener environment for ourselves. So this YouTube channel has been started for that purpose. So if you do, if you want, you can definitely subscribe and check it out. So that's it from my side, Sibi. I don't know if there are any questions for me.
Thank you so much, Divya, for your presentation. Actually, I wasn't aware that you'd had a lot of rooftops as well as ground mounts in Nurai Island. I thought only it's floating solar. So
No,
it was
no.
actually amazing presentation, and thank you so much for your time.